mentioned President Trump's remarks about wind energy during the debate, but I also wanted to ask you about the remarks by Joe Biden saying that he would phase out oil. I guess, what's your response to those who argue that doing so would mean mandating electric cars and that would take away consumer choice and eliminate the need for ethanol and biofuels, harming Iowa farmers and the biofuels industry in the state?
Actually, when you talk about ethanol and biodiesel, it's big oil versus ethanol and biodiesel. If we were to eliminate oil and go entirely to ethanol, for example, I think that's something we could possibly do. That would be a good thing. This is a long-term project, obviously, we're talking about here. We're talking about several decades. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not feasible for it to happen overnight. I wouldn't be in favor of it happening overnight. It would be too much of a shock to the system of the economy. That's not what Joe Biden is talking about. He's talking about a phase out over a long period of time. I think the American people are in favor of that. We've got to make sure that we do everything we can to fight climate change, and that's one of many ways we can do it.
What's your reaction to the latest polls that show virtual ties in Iowa in the presidential and U.S. Senate race?
Well, I can tell you that last January, if somebody had told me that we're going to be in this position as Democrats, I wouldn't have believed it. I really thought this was not going to be competitive in Iowa. I didn't even think we were going to be competitive at the Senate level. And my focus has been obviously on my district and making sure that Rita Hart gets elected. But I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised. I really think Joe Biden's got a great shot to take Iowa. As I said, help him over the hump when it comes to the electoral college as a whole. And there's another poll out today that shows Teresa's up by about 3. She's consistently been, within that margin of error, if not ahead, then behind a little bit. I think she's got a great shot at this thing. I really do believe that. And if she wins, definitely Democrats will take the U.S.
And then, I guess, what will be the focus of the campaign in Iowa in this final stretch? What's going to be the strategy for getting voters to turn out?
Well, doing events like this, the more you guys talk about it, the general public hears about it through the media, the better the chances are we're going to get people out to the polls, get them out early, get the votes in, obviously. And so that's what this is about. Right now, the persuasion stage is probably pretty much over. That last debate I don't know how many people were convinced one way or another. It's been interesting. This year, I haven't seen such polarization. I think we're going to have a lot of straight party ticket voting. And so, you get Democrats out. I think they're going to vote for Democrats up and down the ticket and get them out early and get those votes in the bank. That's the way to do it.